Yeah, this bad boy, baby. Yeah, come on. Neptunes. Come on. Just, and we won't stop. Like this right here. Cause we can't stop. Yeah, come on. Let me tell you something. Yeah, check this out. Sometimes I rhyme slow, sometimes I rhyme quick. I was on 125 in St. Nick, chilling with this chick named Time Delay. Was a hot girl, and everybody wanted to slay her. But she wasn't fond of players, only wanted ballers to spoil her. 6 figures in camcorders. So what you trying to tell me, dear? I got Bentley Vincent and Mr. Belvedere. And I just wanna blow your mind. I'm talking literally blow your mind. My repertoire is menage a trois and exotic cars, chilling with the hottest stars. And it ain't no stop to this. I can't help it, I'm an optimist. And I'ma make your head bop to this. And at the end you gon' rock to this. Now say my name, come on.
The D, the I, the D, the D, the Y, the D, the I, the D is Diddy. The whole lot is Diddy. That's just crazy. The D, the I, the D, the D, the Y, the D, the I, the D is Diddy. The whole lot is Diddy.
Hey, yo, I came in the door, I said it before. I never let the ladies hypnotize me no more, but back to the manuscript. Cause I don't think you can handle this. From New York to Los Angeles, I think the whole world's scandalous. I'm just trying to keep the candles lit. Let the party people dance to this. Get out your seats and clap your hands to this. Because I came too far for me to be bourgeois. It's a Bentley to you, but to me it's a blue car. So Branson, pass me a jar. Cause these cats done went too far. Your one phone call sent 2 cars, and I still get searched by security guards. I guess that's what I have to do. Take the game international. Now what you call me?
The D, the I, the D, the D, the Y, the D, the I, the D is Diddy. The whole lot is Diddy. That's just crazy. The D, the I, the D, the D, the Y, the D, the I, the D is Diddy. The whole lot is Diddy.
Come on, work it out, girl. I'm trying to see you work it out, girl. Come on, work it out, girl. I wanna see you work it out, girl. Now hold up, stop. Now wait a minute. We don't stop, we rock, cause ain't a limit. My aim is winning, got Asian women that'll change my linen. After I done blazed and hit them, but I just wanna rock with you and take it straight to the top with you. And do what I got to do, if it's possible, cause I ain't trying to stop you, boo. I got an agenda, got on a ninja. One willing and killing it, but not to offend you. That's when I met this chick named Brenda. Tender, her whole body been like Fender. So let me see you shake it, girl. Come on. I just wanna see you shake it, girl. For the return of the dawn, the world in my palm. My mom's calls me Sean, but y'all call me
The D, the I, the D, the D, the Y, the D, the I, the D is Diddy. The whole lot is Diddy. That's just crazy. The D, the I, the D, the D, the Y, the D, the I, the D is Diddy. The whole lot is Diddy.
Come on, work it out, girl. Come on, I'm trying to see you work it out, girl. Come on, work it out, girl. Come on, I wanna see you work it out, girl. Let's go.
Grills.
Stand up, stand up, stand up.
Gangsta, gangsta,
Play me like a fool. I'm in love with you, but
this is a DJ ski.
play me like a fool. I'm in love with you, but you treat me like I'm not that dude. Spend my time with you. Say you're still confused, and it's your second time.
The grills.
Stand up, stand up, stand up.
Gangsta, gangsta,
Play me like a fool. I'm in love with you, but
this is a DJ ski.
play me like a fool. I'm in love with you, but you treat me like I'm not that dude. Spend my time with you. Say you're still confused, and it's your second time.
The grills.
Gangsta, gangsta, gangsta.
Play me like a fool. I'm in love with you, but
This is a DJ ski.
play me like a fool. I'm in love with you, but you treat me like I'm not that dude. Spend my time with you. Say you're still confused, and it's your second time.
The grills.
Hey. 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 Now let me ask y'all, where's the realness? Unauthentic, that's what comes to mind. You ain't about that street game, all of that is lies. You ain't about that business, man, who you faking for? Since you tryna stop me now, I'm really making noise now. Here I am trying to think of something creative to say, and y'all saturating microphones, ruin the airways, man. Some of y'all be killing me, into my life almost literally. Stop it, man, cause the fans are tired of all y'all trickery. Pick up the business, see I'm writing from the heart. Hip-hop, where you been, it's slowly falling apart. Not enough rappers, but plenty of actors. You say you the best, I call you overreactors. Music is in me, there's so many envy. Passion is deep, you see the fire in my eyes. I just want a voice, man, I just want to be heard. Don't need to worry about if it's me writing these words, let's go. You see the fire in my eyes. So if you want a journey, I'ma tell you if you really wanna go. I just wanna be heard. Open my life to share my story if you really wanna know. From this moment on, I'm moving up and not down. You know I, hey, you know I, hey, you know I. I'm in the building, spitting flames like I know how. Never going back down, it's my time to shine now. As long as I'm on the microphone, I'm fine. And who's really doper than me but I? Stay running your mouth, man, just keep slipping. Think you hotter than me now, better keep listening. Nothing gonna blur up my vision. Gotta sit down and write this piece, politician. This is what I'm wishing for how to rhyme. Wishing you realize, wishing you stop the lies. When that garbage you spitting really got me conflicted. Even the wrong perception you walk around and depict it. It's about elevation, it's about healing nations. Don't you think that we all are God's greatest creation? This is the bottom line. Half of my brothers dying. Somebody got me to wake up, talk about get your cake up. Hope that you hear me, my people, we losing focus. Tired of mothers crying, heartbroken and looking hopeless. Somebody tell me what the deal is. We only got one life, so let's live, let's live. You see the fire in my eyes. So if you want a journey, I'ma tell you if you really wanna go. Open my life to share my story if you really wanna know. From this moment on, I'm moving up and not down. You know I, hey, you know I, hey, you know I can see the world through my daughter's eyes. That's the key to my motivation to keep writing these lines. It's my time now, I choose pain. Look back on everything, really went through some pain. Something before the better, my skills are stronger than ever. You can't stop me, cause my brain is lasting forever. It's my year, no fear, my team, my biz. Ain't nobody gonna make me lose my focus. Cause I know I've been put on this earth for a purpose. But I'm barely touching the surface. But I think it was all worth it. You see the fire in my eyes. So if you want a journey, I'ma tell you if you really wanna go. Open my life to share my story if you really wanna know. From this moment on, I'm moving up and not down. You know I, hey, you know I, hey, you know I.
Oh, yeah. 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 The things that I see, the things that I have, I can feel the pain inside. Oh, inside. The shoes that I feel, the scars that me grow. As solid as I am, I'll never fall. What you see in me, I seen in me. Long time ago, I never fall. I stood 10 toes. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. The things that I see, the things that I had, I can feel the pain inside. Oh, inside. The shoes that I feel, the scars that me grow. As solid as I am, I'll never fall. What you see in me, I seen in me. Long time ago, I never fall. I stood 10 toes. The things that I see, the things that I had, I can feel the pain inside. Oh, inside. The shoes that I feel, the scars that me grow. As solid as I am, I'll never fall. What you see in me, I seen in me. Long time ago, I never fall. I stood 10 toes.
This is your emergency broadcast system announcing the commencement of the annual purge sanctioned by the U.S. government. Weapons of Class 4 and lower have been authorized for use during the purge. All other weapons are restricted. Government officials of ranking 10 have been granted immunity from the purge and shall not be harmed. Commencing at the siren, any and all crime, including murder, will be legal for 12 continuous hours. Police, fire, and emergency medical services will be unavailable until tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. when the purge concludes. Blessed be our new founding fathers and America, a nation reborn. May God be with you all.
Gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh boy. This about to get real good. This about to get real staticky. Shank Rock in the building. Along with the Rock Squad. I gotta send this link to somebody real quick. Cause I'm a man of my word. Let me send this to my bro. I send it to my bro. Okay, let's go here. Let's go here again. EJ bugging. EJ bugging. I'm gonna say this. We about to have a paperwork party. I do have all the paperwork on the Diddy case. But before I go any further, I'm gonna say what's up, everybody that's here. What's up, Primo? What's going on? What's going on? And I'm gonna keep it a buck. Shank Rock and Tomorrow Leader Sports Network. I do owe you guys, y'all kudos, because when both of y'all hit me and said, yo, what you think? I said, Diddy is done. And that was in the beginning. When I seen they had Cassie and I seen they had the videotape, I said, oh, Diddy is done. And then when I seen they had Deontay Nash, I said he's definitely done. But them two guys called it from day one. And I gotta give y'all big kudos salute. I was wrong. Y'all was right. And as a man, I come before the public and let it be known that I was wrong. Because they say the government got a 97% conviction rate, right? And I seen the way they did Robert. So why wouldn't they do Diddy the same way? See, people don't want to talk the real talk, but tonight we gonna get into it. So Dream Team shout out. There's no goal for tonight. We come to talk and sling our muscle and do what we do. However, I'm gonna start off like this. And Prima took the words out of my mouth. When you have a defense team that shut out all of the noise, and when you have a real best friend like Diddy got with Charlucci, then there's no other hope but victory. Dana, what are you saying? Robert don't have no real friends around him. I said it. And if you don't like it, so what? As Shank Rock say, now it's time for Dana J to bring his funky ass up here and tell the truth. And the truth is, Robert don't have no real friends. Charlucci kept it quiet. You don't see Charlucci on these internets trying to hire other people and doing stuff behind Diddy back. You don't see that. Instead, you had Charlucci, which is a man I've known for over 20 years. You had Charlucci say, yo, pray for my boy. Yo, this. Yo, Diddy is innocent. Yo, this. And then the pivotal point was not only did Diddy have people against him out there, and I'm talking about the experience when I was there. Not only did Diddy have people against him, but he had people that was for him. Watch this. At not one point did anybody that was for Diddy get out there and act ignorant. Yes, there was ignorant people out there that was just there, like Candy and the girl that got the blue hair. They was just there. But ignorant
He didn't have nobody out there. Even the people that hate him, everybody was cordial. Except for certain people that had mental capacity being off. So as I looked at it, I said, Robert was in the same boat. And I said, the charges that Robert got, why Diddy didn't get them charges? I said, I wonder what's really going on. And then what nobody paid attention to is Diddy jurors were not sequestered. Robert jurors was. Now watch this. You can't say that Diddy people wasn't being attacked, the people that was against him, because they were. Folks was out there doxing them left and right. You even got a content creator that got locked up behind doxing 50 Cent baby mama. So why didn't the government feel a need to sequester the jurors for Diddy, but the need to sequester the jurors for R. Kelly? If I go by what y'all saying, ain't y'all saying that Diddy is a bigger superstar than R. Kelly? So why wouldn't you sequester the jury? But like I was saying, R. Kelly best friend, or supposed to have been best friend, Keith, on the day or the week that he was supposed to be sentenced, Keith was quiet. I'm going to show you the difference. We was loud, but Keith was quiet. On the day or the week that Diddy, in my Armand Wiggins voice, on the week and the day that Diddy was supposed to be tried or the verdict's supposed to come out, Charlucci came out with a bunch of shirts in different colors and different sizes that said a Frico is not a Rico. A Frico is not a Rico. So I said, oh, I knew who was working hand in hand with Diddy defense team. And one of my guys came out today and said, today was a good day for justice. And people was like, why Doug Anton saying that? Pay attention to what he's saying. I've noticed a lot of people listen, but they don't hear. So with that being said, Charlucci, I know you watching, brother. Courtesy of text. But yes, I'm sending you all my information. I need that shirt. And like I say, I need them pants. And we're gonna get it cracking from there. We got some things, we got some campaigns that we running. And I'm about to do another wave of R. Kelly t-shirts. It's coming. And I'm telling y'all now, Charlucci will be the designer of it and the creator of it. And it's all coming from me. I'm not asking nobody for nothing. However, Diddy had a great PR person. Holly, I love you. You know how we go, Holly. What up, Lady Lieber? And you know how we go, Holly. Big Baby Purnell, what's going on? J-Rock, what's up? Holly don't play about Diddy. All of the so-called inner circle and the nuggets around the inner circle that was getting the money ran R. Kelly PR person off. Then they talking about, oh, we bringing in Andrew Wyatt. Andrew said there's too much confusion. I can't operate under there. I chose to tell him I'm going to pray for him, but you go about your own. The minute somebody with that type of status tell me something like that, everybody around me got to go. because evidently it's some inside noise that I know nothing about. So anytime a person of that stature come and tell me that, I got to tell everybody, we got to have a meeting. Everybody go. Y'all go about your business. So when you're looking at what's going on with Diddy and they say, how did he beat the Rico? It's not so much of beating the Rico. It's so much of having a team that believe in you. And I'm going to go ahead and say this, and I don't care how nobody take it, but I'm tired of people posting certain lawyers that they rock with when them lawyers ain't do shit in court. Thomas Farinella was a piece of trash in New York court for R. Kelly. He stuttered, he bumbled, he got picked on, he got nervous, and he set his funky ass down. People ain't know if he was having a heart attack or aneurysm. But then you got folks talking about, go watch him on court TV. For what? But they turn around and want to destroy Jennifer Bonjean, who had all his cases by herself. So I thank Bo Brindley for coming in. What up, Tone? I thank Bo Brindley for coming in. But I got to say this. If I have it my way, the New York team will be better than the Chicago team. And I ain't going out here putting no names out there. I ain't telling nobody nothing. What I am saying, I see a 4 horsemen aligning. A 4 horsemen that the government can't play with or do nothing with. So I stand behind Bo Brindley in Chicago. But in New York, baby, like Dusty Rhodes always say, it's time to get funky like a monkey. And the only way Kells is coming out of this is with these 4 people. Is with these 4 people. So Jennifer Bonjean is taking care of all of Rob's civil suits, which is damn near 10 now. 3 has been dismissed. But you don't hear nobody jumping on the internet giving props to Jennifer Bonjean for that. Because they got into it with Jennifer Bonjean, and Jennifer Bonjean told them, you can sit your funky ass down. I'm good. At the end of the day, I'm tired of selective praises. If a person didn't do whatever they're supposed to do, then they lost, just like everybody else. It ain't no, oh, you lost this, you lost this. No, y'all lost as a team. And I told y'all this 3 years ago. So with that being said, Rob need a superpower team. I spoke with 3 people today. And what I can't understand is, y'all say Robert obstructed justice, but he was freed on that charge. Levin Weber said word for word, well, since we can't use the tapes, we got the women here, they can give a testimony. But how can you take the words of 3 women that claim to be children when they had a $7 million bag, a $20 million bag, and a $13 million bag dangling and saying, that's all you got to do is say it was you, baby. Like I tell you, when you get women who never been nowhere, who fathers wasn't nothing, who mother couldn't afford them to go nowhere, or who daddies was something and couldn't get them to afford them to go nowhere, or that mama and that father was just part-time scammers and they never got to go nowhere. You mean to tell me that's all I gotta say and do is study a script and say, yeah, that was me, and you giving me 13 million? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. You give me 13 million and tell me, yeah, I was with Larry McGee yesterday and he had this and this and this on. Let's go. I'll be the first one there and the last one to leave. And I'll show you how to execute that jumper, baby. And I've been places. So if I would take it, what make you think they wouldn't take it? Make it make sense. But the problem was in the Eastern District of New York, Robert didn't have nobody to break down what was going on. I'm going to give you the rundown. Here's the difference. Diddy had Brian Steele that destroyed everybody he crossed and talked to. Diddy had Six Man, Nicole Westmoreland, who destroyed all the women that she crossed. Now watch this. Isn't it ironic that everybody that Brian Steele crossed or talked to or questioned, and everybody that Nicole Westmoreland has crossed, talked to, or just made a fact about, Diddy beat those charges, including the RICO. But Agnifilo, he did his thing. And others, he lost those charges too. What was it that Brian Steele brought and that Nicole Westmoreland brought and that Agnifilo brought in the end that nobody else could have brought? But let's flip. What did Robert have? Robert had Nicole Blank Becker, who stood up there and told the world and the jurors, no matter what you say, you must convict my client. I meant not convict. Wait a minute. You on a big stage. Y'all said it. That's obstruction itself. Facts. You on a big stage. Then you had Thomas Fernella. The judge got so frustrated, Ann Donnelly, which is a piece of shit, Ann Donnelly had to tell Fernella, you okay? Calm down. Yo, we didn't know if he was having a heart attack or what. I was in the overflow like, yo, get it out. What is that? Then you had Canning, who came in, who didn't know nothing about the case, other than what people told him, instead of Canning opening his email and getting a play-by-play blueprint that I sent him. For everybody that took the stand, Canning had a rebuttal. And it was detrimental. But because people want a payday, they want to be Robert. They want to be the first one. They want to be this. They want to be that. They obstructed the man's case so bad to the point where he got 31 years. Now where are they? They all living their best life. They opening up restaurants. that Jay-Z go to, woo! How much of a slap in the face is that? They opening up cigar bars and they saying, oh, we just got to pray for him. Which brings me to today. If y'all been on Shank Rock channel, y'all seen me and Shank Rock going back and forth. Y'all that don't know, me and tomorrow's Leader Sports Network, at night we go back and forth all the time. And both of them brothers said, nah, he ain't gonna get downtown. He gonna beat that. I said, nah, the feds got him. Because I seen how dirty they played with Robert. And I just knew they was gonna play with him like that. But when you form a superpower, and don't tell me Diddy got more money than R. Kelly, and I tell you, you're a goddamn lie. The problem is Diddy was able to touch his money and assets and finances. Rob's stuff was stolen from him. So the only right thing for Sean Combs to do is whisper in people's ear and say, go get Robert. Time to push for Robert. People gonna be mad at him, say, oh no, don't get Robert Kelly out. But that's what the dignified thing that Diddy should do. What up next? That's what the dignified thing that Diddy should do. Now, am I saying he gonna do it or not? No, I'm not saying that. But even on a day that he got a victory, there is paperwork. And the paperwork is crazy. Everybody was wondering, oh, what? I got it all, including D.I.D.D.Y letter. And I'm going to put it out there. It wasn't just Cassie letter. Because Cassie letter might have made the judge say, oh, this cute. But Deontay Nash's letter is what made the judge say, no bail. No bail. No bail. So we're going to jump into it. And we're going to start off with this piece of document right here, which is the notice of filing of official transcript. So notice is hereby given that the official transcript of a trial held on June 25th, 2025 has been filed by the court reporter transcriber in the above captioned matter. Redaction responsibilities apply to the attorneys of record or pro se parties, even if the person requesting the transcript is a judge or a member of the public or media. The parties have 7 calendar days from the date of filing this notice to file with the court any notice of intent to request redaction of this transcript. A copy of said notice must also be served on the court reporter. If no such notice is filed, the transcript may be made remotely electronically available to the public without redaction after 90 calendar days. This process may only be used to redact the following personal data identifiers: social security numbers, dates of birth, minors' names, and financial account numbers. See Federal Rule of Civil Procedure 5.2 and Federal Rule of Criminal Procedure 49.1. Parties wishing to request redaction of other information may proceed by motion. Okay? So that's the introductory to that, right? And you know it only gets crazier after that. So the first things first. July the 2nd, 2025. This was docketed today. It says United States versus Combs. This coming from the Shapiro Auto Law Firm. Dear Judge Submarinian, Mr. Combs moves for release on appropriate conditions pursuant to 18 USC 3143A. 1. Pending his sentencing proceeding. Given the jury's clear verdict acquitting Mr. Combs of the RICO, conspiracy, and sex trafficking counts, continued detention of Mr. Combs is inappropriate, as these proceedings have demonstrated, and as we told the court from the outset of this case. Mr. Combs came to New York to surrender in order to defend against the government's charges because he was committed to showing his innocence. Docket 13 at 1. Since his arrest and detention on September the 17th, 2024, Mr. Combs has obeyed the court, respected the proceedings, and demonstrated model behavior at the MDC. And today, the jury unanimously rejected the government's allegations that Mr. Combs ran a years-long criminal enterprise of engaged in sex trafficking. The core of the government's case, Mr. Combs stands convicted of 2 Mann Act counts, and his sentencing exposure is subsequently lower than when the government initially sought detention. The court should release Mr. Combs on the proposed conditions. A. Applicable law. Under 18 USC 3143A and 1, a defendant who has been found guilty of an offense is entitled to release pending sentence if the court finds by clear and convincing evidence that he is not likely to flee or pose danger to the safety of any other person or the community if released under section 3142B or C. Pay close attention to that. That's applicable law. And the clear part to pay close attention to is the part where it say is not likely to flee or pose a danger to safety of any other person or the community if released under section 3142B or C. Pay close attention to that, because you're going to hear it again. You're going to see it again. It's just not going to be worded that way. Aside from the burden of proof resting on the defendant rather than the government, the operative standards are the same as those outlined in section 3142B or C that the court considered at the outset of the proceedings. See 18 USC 3143A. Defendant is released in accordance with section 3142B or C. Thus, when evaluating whether the defense has met its burden, the court must consider if a condition or combination of conditions will reasonably assure that the appearance of the person as required and the safety of any other person and the community. 18 USC 3142C 1 and B. As for flight risks, it is insufficient to rely on only on evidence of the commission of a serious crime and the fact of a potentially long sentence to support a finding of risk of flight. United States versus Fredman case law. Rather, the court must sensitively consider several factors, including the length of prison time the defendant faces and his individual circumstances, whether familiar and community ties make flight unlikely. His actual ability to flee and evade the law, evidenced by such things as whether he has a passport, familiarity with other countries or locations, and or the financial ability to do so, and the incentive to remain provided by the anticipated harm that will befall any sureties. See Londonovilla case law. Moreover, a defendant's past history of compliance with release conditions and court attendance are highly relevant. United States versus LaFontaine case law. Defendant's disregard of prior orders supported finding that he was a flight risk. United States versus Scally case law. Regarding the dangerous prong, there are two components. First, the question is whether the defendant poses a safety risk to any particular individuals, i.e., any other person. 18 USC 3143A and 1. Second, as to safety of the community, 3143A and 1. The question is whether the defendant is likely to criminally recidivate, i.e., commit future crimes against the community as a whole. As Judge Chin wrote in United States versus Madoff case law, the question appears to become one of propensity to commit further crimes. Mr. Combs presents no risks of flight or danger, and the release conditions proposed herein are more than sufficient to assure Mr. Combs' appearance is as required and the safety of any person. Mr. Combs presents no risk of flight or danger. During the initial bail proceedings, the government argued Mr. Combs was a flight risk because he was charged with serious offenses carrying significant, in some cases mandatory, terms of imprisonment. 9/17/24, trial 20. The circumstances are now the opposite. The base offense level for a violation of the Mann Act is 14. See USSG 2G1.1A2. Because there are two counts of conviction relating to two separate victims, Section 3D1.2 instructs that the counts are grouped separately. Because the offense level for each group is 14, which makes 28, and additional two levels are added, which makes 30. See USSG 3D1.4, resulting in a total offense level of 16. Whoa, that makes it 32. Mr. Combs is in criminal history category 1. This results in an expected guidelines range of 21 to 27 months. Mr. Combs has already been incarcerated for 10 months. So pretty much they saying 2.5 years? Okay. His sentence and exposure, which we fully respect and do not seek to minimize in any way, is in fact low. And so is any corresponding risk of flight. Because Mr. Combs' offenses are not enumerated under 18 USC 3142 F1A through C, he is not subject to the heightened requirements of 3143A and 2. Mr. Combs' actions prior to his arrest in 2024 further demonstrate that he is neither a flight risk nor a danger to the community. Mr. Combs knew he was under investigation and likely to be charged early in the year, but he was not arrested until September 2024. In the intervening months, he demonstrated that he is trustworthy and committed to respecting the legal process. When it became apparent to his counsel that Mr. Combs would be formally charged, Mr. Combs did something extraordinary. He left his home in Miami and traveled to New York, the very location of the prosecutors and agents investigating him. Through counsel, Mr. Combs promptly told the government that he had voluntarily come to New York, offered to tell them specifically where he was, and offered to turn himself in at the appropriate time. The government rejected that offer and elected to arrest him. But Mr. Combs' own conduct was the opposite of flight. He affirmatively and proactively sought to cooperate with the legal process, even before his offer of self-surrender. Mr. Combs demonstrated a pattern of trustworthiness and cooperation. Mr. Combs' residences were searched in March 2024. And even before that, Mr. Combs and his counsel were aware that the United States attorney was investigating him for serious crimes. Throughout this time, Mr. Combs acted forthrightly and remained committed to the process. First, shortly after the searches on April the 1st, 2024, counsel took possession of Mr. Combs' U.S. passport. On the same day, his counsel advised the prosecutors that Mr. Combs had surrendered his passport. The defense counsel would not return it to him and that he would not leave the country. The passport remains in defense counsel's possession. Second counsel advised the government that if Mr. Combs intended to travel domestically, counsel would so inform the AUSAs. All subsequent travel was done with the government's knowledge. Third, Mr. Combs voluntarily relocated to New York on September the 5th, 2024. Once Mr. Combs arrived in New York, defense counsel immediately informed the government of Mr. Combs' whereabouts. Fourth, he paid off the mortgage at his residence at 2 West Star Island in Miami. This payment of about $18 million was for one reason alone, so that he would have this $48 million residence free and clear of any encumbrances, so that it can be used to secure a bond. All this shows that Mr. Combs is not a flight risk. To the contrary, and has taken extraordinary measures demonstrating that what he always wanted was to cooperate with the legal process so he could establish his innocence in this court. That is precisely what he did as to most serious charges against him. Moreover, as for other factors the court must consider, such as familial and community ties, the court need only consider Mr. Combs and his family conduct over the last 10 months and prior to assure itself that there is simply no risk Mr. Combs will seek to flee or recidivate. Throughout these proceedings, Mr. Combs' family has been seated by his side, demonstrating the same respect for these proceedings and support for Mr. Combs that they will pay going forward. They were here and are here to support him, and he is obviously committed to reuniting with his family to continue to support him, to support them, not to flee or put them at further risk. As just a few examples of what Mr. Combs has missed since he has been incarcerated, he has missed the biggest moments in his daughter's life. He missed the twins' high school graduation. They did not have any parent there with them because their mother, Kim Porter, tragically passed away in 2018. No! That was not the right thing to say. That was not the right thing to say. You shouldn't use Kim Porter's death for bail. That was wrong. Even though that was right, that was wrong. Because now you got to re-traumatize the twins. You got to re-traumatize King. You're going to re-traumatize Diddy. Even though, well, I'm going to leave that there. He missed his twins' prom. He has a minor daughter, 2.5 years old, who has been without him for 9 months. He needs and wants to be with and remain with his family. At today's hearing, the government suggested that Mr. Combs could still be a danger in the sense that he still had the means and ability to commit prostitution crimes. With all due respect, that suggestion is unsupported. The government had, for an extended period of time, a pen register on his phone. Mr. Combs never called any potential escorts or prostitutes, nor did he make any effort to arrange meetings with escorts or prostitutes, nor was he with Jane in New York. In any event, reasonable conditions would ensure that Mr. Combs would not have the ability to arrange meetings with escorts. Cases overwhelmingly support release under the circumstances. You have the United States versus Dillon case law. Defendant convicted of Travel Act violation for running prostitution businesses permitted to remain on bail pending sentencing. You have United States versus Jacob Daskell case law. Eastern District of New York. Defendant convicted of transportation of a minor permitted